This man walked into a small cafe and ordered the least expensive meal he could afford. But after finishing his food, he reached into his pocket and realized he was 1 cent short. He politely asked the owner if he could pay the remaining amount another time. Instead of showing mercy, the owner snatched away the plate, dumped the food into the trash, and told him not to come back without enough money. With hunger taking over, the man sadly searched through the garbage, hoping to recover the meal he had just lost. The next day, he returned to the streets with nothing but his guitar, hoping a few kind strangers would leave enough money to help him survive. While performing, he unexpectedly spotted his father walking nearby. Believing this might be his chance to share a meal and spend a little time with family, he hurried over to greet him. His father seemed happy to see him at first, but the mood quickly changed. When the man asked if he could come home for something to eat, his stepmother immediately refused and made it painfully clear that he wasn't welcome. Unable to stand up for him, his father quietly slipped a few bills into his hand before walking away. The money helped, but it couldn't replace the warmth of having a family. As Christmas approached, he decided to give them one more chance. He arrived at his father's house hoping the holiday would bring everyone together. Instead, his younger sisters mocked him, calling him a drug addict and saying he had become a disgrace. Heartbroken, he watched as his father gently asked him to leave. With nowhere else to go, he returned to his tiny apartment feeling more alone than ever. Later that evening, while trying to relax, he heard soft noises coming from the bedroom. He cautiously picked up a shoe for protection and slowly opened the door. Curled up in the corner was a frightened orange kitten, cold, hungry, and completely alone. It reminded him of himself. Feeling sorry for the little stray, he poured the last of his milk into a bowl and placed it in front of the kitten. The following morning, he decided it would be better to set the cat free because he could barely take care of himself. But the kitten refused to leave. It followed him to the bus stop, jumped onto the bus behind him, and climbed onto his shoulder as if it had already chosen its new owner. From that day forward, the two became inseparable. Every time he played music on the streets, the little cat sat proudly on his shoulder. People who usually walked past suddenly stopped to watch. Some asked to take photos, while others filled his guitar case with generous tips. For the first time in a long while, life slowly began to improve. One day, a stranger offered a large amount of money to buy the cat. Without even thinking, the man turned down the offer. By then, Bob wasn't simply a pet anymore. He had become his best friend, his greatest source of hope, and the family he thought he had lost forever. With Bob beside him, he found the strength to overcome his addiction, rebuild his life, and reconnect with the people he loved. Sometimes, the one who changes your life forever isn't another person. It's a small stray cat with 4 paws and an extraordinary heart.